Hello, and welcome back to What the Fast. So, I'm actually a little bit late with today's video, and the reason for that is because today was a little bit of an ordeal. I spent a good deal of the day sleeping, and whether that's just paying some sleep debt or the fact that I have gone cold turkey on coffee, it's probably a good thing to rest up. But I just wanted to let you know a couple of tips that I have learned from fasting. Because after all, if you are going on this journey with me, there's a pretty good chance that fasting is something you're interested in and perhaps are considering doing for yourself. First thing, a fast is not something to be lightly entered into, at least a what's known as a long fast. You are going to want to have a pretty clear schedule because your energy levels probably won't be that high, and you're not going to feel too ambitious to go out and go do a lot of things. So ideally, you're going to want to have a pretty open schedule with a lot of downtime where you can more or less just get away with laying around all day.
Slacker, a person who shirks his work or duty.
Secondly, a fast is kind of an ordeal. I'm a big believer in it personally, but you are going to have to deal with some things, and a lot of times they're not very pleasant. So, for example, today when I woke up, I was pretty lightheaded, and that you will get that, because your heart is going to rest while fasting. It's going to slow down to levels that are very slow. Duh. Anyway, you kind of have to take things slowly. If you stand up too quickly, you can get lightheaded. Just because your heart isn't necessarily there with you. It's like, oh man, I'm still resting. Why are you moving around so fast? And then you might not get enough blood to your head, and then you're like, whoa, I've got to sit down. Another thing is you can experience some nausea, which I've been a little nauseous. I'm actually not hungry already, which I'm very happy about. I got over that stomach hunger portion very quickly this time, and I'm completely okay with that. Because nobody likes to sit around feeling hungry all the time with their stomach rumbling. Also, you're going to want to make sure, along that same vein of thought, with keeping the stomach hunger from being present, you want to make sure that you aren't putting any kind of flavor into your mouth. And this is something that this is actually going to be my third long fast that I'm doing right now. And, this is a mistake that I made during my first fast, for quite a while before I realized the mistake. And what I experienced on my first fast was that the hunger just wouldn't go away. It was nagging. And it went on for several days, and it was really very unpleasant to be hungry all the time. So, what I realized was that I was brushing my teeth with toothpaste, and the flavor of the toothpaste was what was doing it. Another thing along the same line of thought is, water is going to start tasting kind of weird after a while. It hasn't done it this time so far for me. I wouldn't be surprised if it did at some point. But I am trying to drink the cleanest water of all three of my fasts. This time I'm using ProPure water filter. You can kind of see it up there, that stainless steel bin with a fluoride filter. And I'm also drinking out of a glass cup rather than a plastic container, just to try to limit the amount of BPA. And so far, water still tastes pretty good today on day 2. Let me think, what else? Yes, so, one of the things that I was, kind of getting guidance from on my first water fast was, I was watching a 30-day water fast that a guy named Yoga Yak, well, his YouTube name was Yoga Yak, was doing at the same time that I was doing my fast. And it was kind of nice. It felt like I had a little fasting buddy. Even though I was just watching YouTube videos, really. And he was doing some things that I wasn't sure about, but I was kind of considering because he was doing them. And I nearly did them, but then I can't remember exactly what it was, so sorry about that. Something involving like salt. It was some kind of like body flush thing that he was doing. And I've also read on forums people trying to help their body along by doing things like a coffee enema. And what I want to say on that, and Dr. Shelton would agree on this point from the literature of his that I've read. By the way, if you're interested at all in doing a water fast, you should read some Herbert Shelton, Dr. Shelton. He ran a fasting clinic for many years, supervised thousands of fasts, and he's written some great stuff on it. So I highly recommend that you read some Dr. Shelton if this is a topic you're interested in. But on the enema and flushing and all that stuff, this is my personal opinion. Your body knows what it's doing, and it can handle itself. Your body knows best. Doing these kind of things, it just puts an unnecessary strain on your body at a time when you should be trying to rest as much as possible. So I would say, I personally would advise not to do it. Just avoid it. Let your body do its thing. It doesn't need your help. I think that will pretty much do it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and check back next time.